Hello, my name is Brian Landor. I'm one of the CCS account managers here at EDF, and today I'm going to talk you through your April 23 Your Prices Explained document. As with previous iterations of this document, today we're going to cover your billing rates and an update with those, the ongoing targeted charging review, and ways in which you can keep up to date here with us at EDF. Today we're going to be talking about the CCS L12 basket. I'm just using any basket just so that we can give an indicative reason and show what's happening with prices this year. As with 2021, 2022 coming into 2023 has proved quite a volatile year for our energy markets, with various weather events, geopolitical events, and some concerns around security of supply. This continued to put pressure on your prices for much of 2022, and unfortunately this year it has reflected in some price increases year on year that we've not seen in years gone by. We're hopefully that this will be relatively short-lived, and that next year prices will fall back to some levels that we've seen in previous years. I'm now going to cover how the wholesale market price increases have actually altered the makeup of your delivered electricity unit rates that you've received on your Excel spreadsheets. And for this indicative purpose, I'm going to be using the L12 basket. However, please do note that this is just for the L12 basket, and you will have received your own version of a Prices Explained document, which will outline your different commodity rates and what that means for your non-energy costs and what that's made up. So for this particular slide, you can see that CCS have achieved a market price over the year of £271.83 per megawatt hour for the wholesale energy market. However, it is worth noting that this only equates to 70% of your energy bill. There is another 30% or approximately 30% that has been made up of the various non-energy costs within your unit rates. Now these elements have remained fairly flat, although there has been an increase in the balancing, the BSUOS cost, which is because of a recent introduction and transformation as part of the ongoing targeted charging review, which I'm going to cover in a little bit of detail on the next slide. But it's just worth noting that these costs are bundled into your unit rates. But if you're on a pass-through half-hourly rate, you may well have to add some CHNUOS and DUOS costs in of around about 12%. I just wanted to bring to your attention some of the reforms that are coming in through the targeted charging review this year, and also that happened last year, which you're probably already aware of. The targeted charging review has been taking place for a number of years now, and the final stages of that's now bearing to fruit from the 1st of April. And some of these changes have already been taken place. One of them is that the DUOS charging methodologies changed in April 22, with charges becoming more fixed as part of your bill, which saw an increase in standing charges last year, and a reduction in the time of day banding charges, or the red, amber, green, RAG charges that you would have seen. Now from April 2023, something similar will be happening with transmission, whereas now we currently, up until this winter, we would recover a lot of costs for our half-hourly supplies through the triad charging process. National Grid will now be taking almost 90% of their transmission costs via a fixed component or a standing charge, and moving away from a triad calculation, giving certainty to some of your costs in a large scale. We're also having to implement the change, which I mentioned in the previous slide, around some balancing costs, where currently 50% of your bill and your balancing cost is collected by the generators when they are charging for their wholesale electricity, and the remaining 50% of that cost being added as a reference point within a component part of your bill. But from the 1st of April, all of this BSUOS cost is now being levied directly onto customers. So essentially your BSUOS charge will have doubled in rate. But please fear not, this increase in your rate will have been offset by the reduction in some of the wholesale commodity costs that the generators would not have to have passed on had they been levying this cost before. So this should be a cost neutral increase against what you would have seen had you have been having the same last year. Now, I haven't divulged all of the information. We have provided another webinar on our Club CCS website, which can be found at the address at the bottom of this slide. If you are over at Club CCS, you are also able to take some time to be able to look at various ways we can help you manage your energy needs and updates on business. We have various webinars, we've got understanding guides, managing guides, and even some case studies on what's happened in the energy industry and how we can help you save money in the future. I just wanted to point out there are other ways of finding out information other than just Club CCS, and our monitor report is another good way of finding out information. It is a regular report which is published quarterly and will provide you with great insight from our business experts across all the spectrum of both non-energy costs and industry updates. There is a blend of expert technical commentary and simplified overviews with supportive infographics and forecast cost indications. This may help you to budget going forward, to be able to keep an eye on where our experts think costs may be going, and for you to be able to make alterations to any potential budgetary costs that you may be incurring. Well, that's it from me for another year. I hope this has been in some way a little helpful at least. But do remember, if there's any you do need to get in contact with us, our contact details are on our Club CCS website, and we'll be very pleased to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.